Hello everyone, and I hope you're here to see my new design, a hat. Third wish hat. Okay, first things first, I'm going to tell you a main information in regards to the pattern per se, so just in case you want to grab needles and yarn and start. Then the second part will be a little bit me chit-chatting about design, how I come up with it, and how many more hats I knitted, and how, and with what. Okay, now let's squeeze over here on the screen. You can see the first page of my pattern. It is called Third Wish Hat. I didn't explain the name of the pattern. That'll be later. In the pattern per se, I'm just telling you it is a bottom-up hat with a folded brim, and it has a charted and written instructions. And also, what else is that, for instance, if you want to have a brim section shorter, I'm giving you information how high the repetition is. So in case you go shorter here, to get the same height you need to go an extra over here, and that makes sense. Second thing is sizes. We have 4 sizes over here. It was hard for me to kind of name them, so I went with a toddler, small child, adult 1 and adult 2. The one that I'm wearing now is an adult 2, and as you could see, it's kind of not as fitted as adult 1 for me. My head is 22 inches, which is 56 centimeters. So just in case you know, you see, have it just how it looks, how it presents itself a little bit. Obviously, the circumference of the head is not everything in regard to the hat. No, head. It's also the length from your bottom part of your ear to the top of your head. That's also something important. And for instance, with strong whiskey hat, I know I'm mentioning something else, on the screen over here you can see this hat. I knitted for Seb, and for instance for my head I had to do 5 repetitions of the pattern, and for him just 3. Just saying. But the circumference is fine. So it depends. The first things what you would need to take is to take a worsted weight yarn. On the screen again you could see it. I used 2 worsted. This one is adult. The kind of, they say rose color, but it's really beautifully that's one purpley color. It's adult 1. I knitted it slightly different, so I'm going to tell you why and how, and yeah, but it's not in the pattern per se how to do it, but you can go this way too, even though it's not written, so stay tuned. So that's that, worsted. However, some of my attendances use DK. At the beginning I was wasn't sure what weight pick, so that's DK for instance. What's worsted? On the screen you could see it's 200 meters, which is 219 yards, and you can play with it. Some of my testers did an amazing job. I wish I could ask them to present their photos over here. Oh, I'm tempted to show. So maybe I'll take a few photos from Ravelry, because if you go to Ravelry you would see those photos anyway if you go to the project page. So once we click here and there, we're getting over here. So individually I just pick some photos, and you could see how it looks in different colors and on different heads. Mine all the time. Anyway, so that was really cool. And then the gauge. The gauge we're looking over here, 20 to 28, which would be a DK gauge. So that's why, you could use DK or worsted weight yarn if you get that gauge. What else? Needles. I got that gauge on US size 7, which is 4.5mm needles, but I started ribbing or a smaller one. Normally everyone would go in the 4mm, but I went to 3.5mm, which is US size 4. So I know it's quite drastic, but I was hoping to get results that I get with a folded brim, that it gives you a little bit that snuggle. That's how well I can explain that. That's it. So bear in mind, and I always recommend after brim, any hat you knit, put that those stitches on a bigger cable, so longer cable, just to tell you, like, this is the circular needles, and this is 40 centimeters, which is 16 inches, so you knit in a round. So by cable, I mean you can find needles that they have a longer cable. You don't even have to have the same size. You can just kind of slip them through and then put on and see how do you feel about it. It's quite important, I would say. If you can do it, do it. So we have a tutorial how to cast on, which I recommend too. My favorite way when I do folding brim is to do back loop cast on method. On this channel you can find it too, so it's no secret. So I'll include that link over there too, and also how I fold and pick up stitches when I'm folding it. The instructions and also the link to the videos there too. So enjoy! Right, and after that we're switching to bigger needles, so the needles that we got gauge, and we're doing that chart or written instructions. And in regards to that, I got it in this one, an adult 2. As you could see, I got a little bit more slouchy, and normally I don't wear hats like this, but I think I kind of like it. It's a preference thing, right? But what I wanted to tell you is that to knit a hat, you need for this one, I write down 90 grams. I was literally maybe 10 grams less. Like, you know, you would need full skein. For adult 1, I think I use 75 grams. So this one in a second. Yeah, so that's that. Body has a written and chart section, and a crown or decrease section also has a chart and instructions too. And I love to tick things, and if you've ever knitted any of my patterns, you'll probably notice that. Okay, I think that's it in regards a pattern per set that I can kind of tell you. Obviously, if I'm publishing it and you will be interested to purchase it, go check down below. There might be a discount code. When I'm publishing my patterns, I like to give something to those ones who grab first and support me. They knit quickly and they put to the world and show their hats on their heads, because that's the best thing can happen, because people can see how the hat looks, not only on my head, let's face it. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much. So check link down below. Something you can buy pattern on Ravelry, and there is a discount code for that, but also there is a link to my patterns on Lovecrafts. Lately I went there. I'm not really familiar how to do any discounts and stuff, so it will be you know, standard price. If you know how to do it, you can let me know. Meanwhile, this is my first month with the Lovecraft, so we shall see how it goes. So far, the administration point of view from perspective of designers, it's completely different than on Ravelry. So what yarn did I use over here? Because this is special. 2020 is for me to grab a yarn that I would cherish, love, and keep it because it's somehow special or pretty. And this is somehow special because it says it's original Finnish wool linen yarn. So we have wool and linen blend over here. 30% linen, 70% wool, and we have 200 meters over here. So basically it's 219 yards in 100 gram. It would be really cool if you know, anyone who sells yarn would put both meters and yardage. Sometimes they only put meters, or sometimes they put only yardage. Over here you have only meters, so, but I'm just telling you that. So this is it. And this is the yarn I included in Ravelry. Obviously no one have heard anything about this one, so I'm not sure, but it works the well. Remember, it's whatever you have that in the label it says that 100 grams, it has 200 meters or close to it. 220 would be also good, you know, or 196, you know, you're going near that thing. So check what you have. You could even have a brim slightly, you know, use your imagination. Right, where did I get this yarn? I got this yarn in a wooden shop, and it was a display, not for sale, but I asked, can I buy it? And I could. And I have a hat now. Right, let's change hats. Ta-da! So I have this hat now on. It's slightly smaller, and it is something that I would probably, if you watch this channel, would lean towards, right? Kind of this effect. I I don't know, would you? Anyway, so this hat was knitted with, I still have yarn. I have another 2 skeins to be honest, because the other 2 I used to knit hats. It's kind of smaller, but anyway, first things first is the yarn. As I told you, we grab the label, and in the back, as you can see, you have a name of the content, and you also have the yardage. So we have 200 meters in 100 grams. Over here, 219 yards. Yeah, so over here we have 70% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 10% stellina. So we have a bit of a shine over here. So it's really, really nice. Whoever loves purple, you probably, yeah, love it. This one so much. It says roses, although it's purple. So I don't know. I know roses, you know, they have loads of colors, but first thing that pops in my head as an average person is red. But I kept it and I had it for like a long time. How did I knit this hat? So this I went a little bit different because during the test knit I changed the way of thinking. So you know what, if you don't want to hear it, skip it. So basically, before I knit these 2, I knit this one and then this one. And I thought I'm going to go for it. So this is the DK and this is worsted. So this one, if I find a label, well, I have a skein. I opened it in December Knit Crate box 2019. And I opened it in January because we were away. But it's 48% merino wool, 20% baby alpaca, and 32% cotton. And I just wanted to knit something with it. And it's not a standard way of plying yarns. It's a chain ply, I'm going to show you in a sec. And it's a DK, so we have 250 meters, 274 yards. So you have 50 meter difference in regards to length. So thinner, bigger number, thinner yarn. You know, a smaller number, thicker yarn. So this is what I got, and this is the first one, and it's not like in the pattern. So I just wanted something basic, something with just pearls and knits, so you could see over here. And just to show you the original pattern, I wanted the pattern to pop up. So we're playing over here with some knits together, SSKs, and so on, so on. So we will be able to see it better. So that's an option. So let's switch. And I love it. I love it so much. I have another skein and I'm thinking of maybe knitting a cowl. So nice. So during the test knit, when I had a lovely, amazing, I think 14 test knitters, I stopped them and I told them, you know what, wait a sec. I can definitely do it slightly better, slightly that it pops out. What do you think about that? So I changed the chart and written instructions. And I knit this. Okay, so how did I do that? I cast on stitches, right? How many you need for the body. And I did knit round and then purl round. And I started the pattern. And I was following up. I was rushing. So I think, you know, it's slightly smaller than the other one is, for instance. If you compare these two. Slightly, not much. So I finished that and then I was picking up stitches. But the way I was picking up, if you ever knitted my Full of Minis hat, you will know that we go on the wrong side and pick up purl bumps. And I thought if I do it this way, maybe we won't have problems with how the pickup looks, and also continue with the stitch definition, and also it'll be way easier to do it. So anyway, so this is the one that I picked up stitches and went down. You could definitely see it. And you see, I'm going to show you the one that when you knit, this is the one when you knit the brim, fold it, and then continue knitting. And this one is when I did the body, came back, pick up stitches, and then did the brim. The only thing I didn't do well is how to join it together. I just took a needle, so I feel a little bit tension over here. Definitely I have to unravel it and do it properly. Maybe with knitting needles, not with a tapestry needle. I think that's way better to get that elasticity over here. So I changed that. But even before the test knit, I had 2 hats knitted just to have a visual thing how it would look. And I knitted in this because I had a skein, so you could see it too. And again, it is the simpler one, it's not in the pattern, but as we decided, it's not as visual as here. You could see them popping up, looks like crowns. I thought we will go with this. So yes, so overall 4 hats. And how it happened that I actually knitted it. I cast it on New Year's Eve, and we were watching The Witcher, and that was the best thing for me to knit something simple, something in the round, something that I can kind of go into the movie and then come up with the rest. And if you haven't watched it, it's definitely adults only, I would say, because people are occupied over there quite a lot, and it's probably very warm because some don't wear clothes. So yes. So I wanted something simple, and I call it Third Wish. Without spoiling anything, in case you want to watch it, I'm not going to tell you any more. So yeah, I still have a skein to go, and this is the one. Let's put the easy one. So yeah, I really enjoyed the pattern. I hope you're going to. And I think that's it. I hope I haven't forgot about anything. Go check it out, and let me know, are you going to cast on? Do you like it? Maybe have you watched The Witcher? And you can say who's your best character, and I don't know, what's the best scene you like, and anything all about it. I really enjoyed it. So I was able to watch it first in English, and then I was able to watch it in Polish, because you can do that on Netflix. That's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and all that jazz. And yeah, use hashtag #ThirdWishHat so I can see it. And yeah, till the next one. Bye. I hope I said everything. And some other videos over here. Click. Bye.